What's up, guys? Ryan from Oakland Goes here. And I just kind of wanted to take a minute to build on some of the stuff I shared last week, or last episode rather, with the Mother 32 Generative Ambient patch that I made. And I've built upon that using the DFAM and the Subharmonicon. And I thought I'd show you those patches as well, so you can see how it's kind of all working together to make this cool ambient patch that I'm working on. So why don't we start with the DFAM? I'm going to turn this guy off. So starting with the DFAM, I actually made a video on a similar technique I used before, but I'm actually creating a drone with the DFAM. And the way that I'm doing that, here, let's turn it up. You can hear just that single note. Now, obviously, anyone who's used the DFAM knows it doesn't hold notes. There's no sustain. There's no, there's decay, obviously, for each individual note. But the only way that you can get it to play like consistently this way is by cranking the tempo. So I have all of the velocities cranked all the way full, and I'm just running it at a very, very, very fast speed. Like you can hear if I turn it down, you'll start to hear the notes. Right? Which is how you would normally use it. Now I'm not using any of the EG or the decay because I just want a solid note instead of it sounding like a kick. So here I'm going to bring in the generative sequence on the Mother real quick. So basically I just kind of tuned it to try to get it more or less in tune. And this is my bottom end. I don't have a bass on this song. I do have some pads that I'm running on the Deluge, but this kind of just acts as my bass. And it's just this low drone that's just going through consistently the whole time. But what I can do is with the noise, I can kind of make waves or wind like this. So when I perform it, I just kind of perform live. And for VCO1, I don't have the sequencer for the pitch controlling anything on VCO1, so it holds that note. But I do have it controlling VCO2. And what I did with VCO2 is I kind of tuned it about an octave up, and I hard synced it. And I am using some FM and some EG, using the envelope generator and the FM to do some cool stuff. But with that one, what we're doing is we can get this kind of stuff. Just subtle kind of squiggly noises. And turn it up a little bit more so you can hear it. I don't ever really go that loud, but So when I perform it live, I can work off whatever the random stuff's coming off the Mother 32 when I'm performing it live, and I can just twist the noise and the VCO2 to kind of get a little extra texture that goes underneath there. And that's pretty much it. But it's just kind of a reminder that, the DFAM, while it is a drummer from another Mother percussive synth, it doesn't have to be. You can get weird with it. I don't even have anything going on in the patch bay. Just creating a nice cool drone that I can perform live to add a little extra texture under that generative sequence. Let's check out what we're doing on the Subharmonicon. So for the Subharmonicon, I have VCO1. The main VCO is set to G because this is in a G pentatonic scale major. One of the sub oscillators, I can't remember which, is an octave down, an octave lower of G as well, and then one of them is a fifth. This VCO is a fifth. And then again, same thing. One of them is the same thing, just an octave down, and another one is G. And basically, the way that I treat it, I did 2 different sequences. So on VCO 1, I'm sending oscillator 1, sub, and sub 2 all into sequence 1. And then I have a bunch of sequence 2s going with just the oscillator. But the way that I treat this one is I just bring up each oscillator individually in different spots, and I play it live so that it kind of comes up and feels generative in its own way. Here, let's get this going. And I just play it live. So yeah, I just kind of perform these in such a way that you don't ever really hear the sequence, and hopefully when they're popping in as I'm performing the song, it kind of feels generative itself, even though it's not at all. Sometimes I'll bring it out all together, but I kind of just play off with the generative sequence on the mother's tune. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. It's nothing too complicated, but I really wanted to do something kind of ambient and generative and let the mother lead the way. And then just see what I can do to get weird with these other ones to kind of tie it all together. Because the mother, it's completely random where it's picking notes. The Subharmonicon, this really just helps kind of fill in some of those gaps a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope this was informative. I thought it was a really fun little experiment that I've been doing on this, and thought I'd share it with you guys. There's nothing going too crazy on the Subharmonicon with the patch bay. I have sequence 2 going to VCO1's PVM and just kind of modulating that a little bit, and I got sequence 1 going to the cutoff just to give it a little. I mean, I only have a 1 octave shift on the sequence, and it's not even covering that whole octave, so the amount that it's modulating anything is very tiny, but it adds a little extra texture. And that's it. That's my semi-generative ambient patch that I made on the Moog mother, the Moog Subharmonicon, and the DFAM. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Just gonna play a little jam here and play us out. Anyway, I hope this was helpful, guys. I hope it was fun. And, yeah, I'll be sure to post the final version of this song once I have it all done. Have a good night.